Good morning. I'm Edward Nelson Fell. My wife Ann and I founded Fellsmere and started developing it in 1911. First, I established the Fellsmere Farms Company in June of 1910, and then had the Fellsmere Railroad built from Sebastian to Fellsmere to bring in all the building materials, supplies, and the labor needed to develop Fellsmere. Of course, a chief engineer was needed to oversee the development. Irwin Lhoyd was the engineer hired to fulfill that position. Irwin S. Lhoyd was both a surveyor and a civil engineer. He graduated from Worcester Polytechnic Institute in Massachusetts in 1887, and he had extensive experience with surveying firms in West Los Angeles, California, Rutland, Vermont, Sherbrooke, Quebec, Canada, Albany, New York, and in 1910, Lhoyd was hired as chief engineer at age 42 for the Fellsmere Farms Company and the Fellsmere Railroad. In early 1911, Irwin and his second wife, Clara, had a house built at the northwest corner of New York Avenue and North Cypress Street, which is the one that is directly behind me. This was directly opposite and west of Ernest H. Every's house, who was the general manager of the Fellsmere Farms Company. Irwin and Clara had one son, Fred, who was born in 1900. He also lived in the house with his parents. Irwin S. Lhoyd had the plats for Fellsmere Farms and the town of Fellsmere prepared and signed both of them for recording purposes in the public records of St. Lucie County, because Fellsmere was in St. Lucie County at the time it was developed. It wasn't until 1925 that Indian River County was established. During the more than 6 years with the Fellsmere Farms Company, Lhoyd oversaw the building of the Fellsmere Railroad, the surveying of the Fellsmere Farms Company lands, the dredging of the major drainage canals known as laterals and the sublateral canals known as ditches, construction of the control structures and bridges in the canals, and the building of the Fellsmere Farms Company and Fellsmere Railroad structures. On January 14, 1917, after the Fellsmere Farms Company went bankrupt, Irwin S. Lhoyd and family traveled to Santa Clara, Cuba to live and work for the Davison Sulfur and Phosphate Company, an American firm. However, a year later, in 1918, he and his family moved back to Fellsmere in February 1918 to be the supervising engineer for St. Lucie County in charge of the road building program. From May 1918 to August 1925, he once again became the chief engineer for the Fellsmere Railroad. Unfortunately, his wife Clara died in Fellsmere in 1922 at the age of 46. By 1929, Irwin S. Lhoyd had left Fellsmere for good and was living in Boscawen, New Hampshire. On May 18, 1929, he married his third wife, Annabelle Van Cleve, in Burlington, Vermont. In 1935, Lhoyd was partners in the survey firm of Lhoyd and Mann in Boscawen. In 1936, he was the town auditor for Boscawen. His third wife, Annabelle, died in 1937, and Irwin never married again. He died 3 years later, October 15, 1940, at age 71, 3 days prior to his 72nd birthday. Although the Lhoyd House is still in existence today, it remains a private residence and is not open to the public. If you would like to read more history and see photographs of the Irwin S. Lhoyd House, you can use your smartphone to read the QR code to access the City of Fellsmere website, or use the city's website address as shown on the walking tour brochure.